Did you know that 1 in every 44 kids are diagnosed with autism? That's according to the Autism Society of South Carolina.
And many of those children need several hours of specialized therapy, but many schools do not allow therapists to work on campus.
So our Josie Frost is at the State House now with details on a new bill that could open those doors and make that critical care easier to get. Josie.
Children with autism are often prescribed up to 40 hours a week of specialized therapy, known as ABA therapy. But if a public school doesn't let the therapist come into the school, parents are often forced to choose between public education and the therapy that their child needs.
And there were certainly times I couldn't imagine her ever functioning in a classroom. One of the manifestations of her autism was of being afraid of anything new. People, places, toys, books.
When Leslie Robinson's daughter Amaya was diagnosed with autism, she was told she needed 40 hours a week of applied behavior analysis therapy. She had to choose between putting her child in public school or getting her therapy. She eventually found a private school that would allow a therapist to stay with Amaya throughout the day.
But one of a big struggle for our family, and a lot of families, was like potty training. And bathrooms were terrifying to our daughter because, you know, in a public bathroom, they're louder. There's more than one toilet in there. They could be automated. She was afraid of the flushing sound. So the therapist helped her get acclimated to that.
But under a new bill, districts cannot prevent private counselors, therapists, or psychologists from coming to schools to evaluate and treat public school students during the school day. Dr. James Durant is a developmental pediatrician.
Evidence shows that getting the right dosage of ABA therapy matters. So with that developing brain, their brains really need that intensity. And that's why insurances will pay for that, because they realize it can make such a big difference for the child, not only now, but in the future. And so getting those hours, that dosages, is so important. And the school takes up so much of the day that we have to have it in school to get that medically prescribed dosage.
For Robinson, having that therapist in a school setting improved her daughter's well-being so much she no longer needs it.
Then in kindergarten, she started with the ABA therapist going with her. And by October, she was doing so well and functioning so well in the classroom, able to participate in group activities, able to do the curriculum, that it was no longer really justified for them to be with her. We were fortunate, we had family support to get those couple years at the private school, but not everybody has that.
The bill has been advanced to the full Education and Public Works Committee meeting this upcoming week. If it's approved, it'll go to the House floor. Reporting at State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.